1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. You always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Hi, Bullhorn Betty. Thank you for my shirt. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Kids Club.
This is the last place that Lila Santanello was seen. Witnesses actually saw her at this hotel and she was distraught. We know she slept in the woods somewhere here. The fence, I see the fence over here. That just is something that I've seen. Look at this. Holy crap, look. We can follow her path. Somebody walked through here. Look at the way they say, somebody walked through it this way, not that way. Somebody's been back here. I wonder if her boyfriend came back here looking for her. If you know something, say something, because her life does matter. And for the family members of these people that know what happened to her, it could have been your daughter. It could have been your granddaughter. You need to ask them to stand up and speak up.
I'm Jennifer Santanello, and this is Lila. She's my firstborn child. She's the child that made me a mother. If my girl is out there somewhere, I would like for these stories to reach her. She seems to have vanished, and we have been investigating her disappearance for almost 3 months now. We need more eyes on her story. We need to shine a light and get her story out of just this small town that it's in. I am here to implore you to share and talk about our girl. If my girl is no longer with us, I would like for those who know what happened to her to feel the pressure.
What inspired you to this particular case?
I'm always interested in stuff like this. Obviously, talking to you about the Summer Wells stuff like that. I'm not always trying to be on the right side and help people that are hurting. But her being local, and like I told her, my son's 25 and Lila ain't too much younger, so
Yeah,
it could
so
be anybody from Kingsport, the way I
could.
look at it, you know?
Yeah.
And more people should be here helping her as far as I'm concerned.
So as we're watching Dr. Phil and getting an insight on Summer Wells, you know, we're paying close attention to every piece of words that are coming out of their mouth. We're paying attention to their body language. We're paying attention to every little detail. We're going back. We're fast forwarding forward. We're rewinding back. And so go ahead and shoot that. So Don Wells on here says the first thing he thought of when he realized his daughter was missing is that she was abducted. That was his very first thought. My question is with that, all that greenery, all that trees, all that whole vast land, your first inclination would be that she was abducted? Not that she was lost, not that she went out and played and fell asleep somewhere, you know, in a tree, something. Your first thought was she was abducted. And he says that multiple times, that that's his first thought, is that she was abducted. My question is that would have been my first thought, first and foremost. Secondly, why would that have been his first thought? Was he threatened by somebody that he owed maybe money to, that if he didn't pony up, something would happen to his family? If he didn't owe any money, why would that be his first thought? The wife, Candus, has failed and actually got up out of the interrogation with the human lie detectors. The two gentlemen that were there, you know, reading body language and everything else like that, which was a little suspicious because, you know, you're here to try to find answers for your daughter, and especially if you think she was abducted, your first thing would be, you know, selflessness. You're not worried about yourself. You throw everything on the table to save your child, and somebody asks a tough question, and you break down and get up and don't want to talk about it and take your microphone off. This is not conduct of people that had nothing to do or don't know anything. Secondly, it was apparent that Don Wells may have been at work during the time. So why is the wife half, Candus, so upset about stuff? To me, just this little bit I've previewed thus far, I believe she knows a hell of a lot more than she's saying she knows. I think Don now knows that she may have been involved, and that's why he's having some body language, eye blinking pattern issues. But if he was not there at the time she disappeared, I think the mom knows exactly what happened to Summer Wells.
Summer Wells went missing June 15th, 2021 and hasn't been seen again. We are in the backwoods of Tennessee. We are here on Light Hollow Road. We're a little further down the road than we once were. We're just checking out this area. This is one area that we never really researched or really searched during the last 2.5 years that we've been covering the case. We followed this case from the very beginning to find out any information related to Summer Wells, where she may be, and who may be responsible for her disappearance. It has taken us on a almost 3-year journey here in Tennessee, Hawkins County, Tennessee, as we search for answers. This is where we heard Candus Bly was the day that Summer Wells disappeared.
Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club.
This is Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. I am in dark office number 2. Very dark in here, but much more relaxing. The ambiance is much better up in here. And why do I have Brian Koberger behind me? Because I'm advocating for his case too. I didn't feel like changing the behind the scenes thumbnail. Okay. If you really want to complain about it, hold on a second. We know you got the exact police. Good Lord. Here we go. Does that make you feel better? I mean, it's the only other one I got. Okay. God bless Allie's soul. God bless Allie's soul. We're talking about the Summer Wells case today, as well as Lila Santanello. We are always advocating for Lila Santanello. Lila Santanello is a 20-year-old that went missing out of Kingsport, Tennessee, a little over 2 years after Summer Wells disappeared from the same area. And then shortly after Layla disappeared, about 3 months later, another young lady disappeared. We just got word that there is yet another young lady that has disappeared from the Kingsport area. And we're advocating for her as well. However, she's on TikTok. Twitter. So I will go over to my account on Twitter and we will throw her name up before we leave today. A lot of people have been asking me, where are we in the documentary? Okay, well, I kind of threw 2 pieces together. This is not how the documentary is going to look, but for all intents and purposes, here we go. I get over here. All right.
In a quarter mile, sharp right onto Ben Hill Road.
Okay. It should be like right here.
In a quarter mile, sharp right onto Ben Hill Road.
Our sign is down. Our Summer Wells sign is down. You can even see her house now.
Sharp right onto Ben Hill Road. In 600 feet, you will arrive at your destination.
Look at this. It looks, I can't see nothing.
You have arrived.
Can't even see their house with all this greenery. Can you do me one favor, Miss Olivia? Can you go ribbit? Ribbit. 5-year-old child's missing and he likes to play games.
He had 7 alibis and she had none. She's going down. My thing is one person only needs 1 alibi, the truth. Him explaining himself like, I got 7 alibis. Who needs 7 alibis?
We're going to call Don Wells right now because he says that he can't join us in searching for Summers.
That shows right there that could possibly be deception. I think Candus has a hand in whatever happened in this home, and I think Don covered it up if in fact he was at work at the time she disappeared.
Making excuses. We're in town. We are the only people that's actively searching for Summer. He does not want to meet us. He knows we're here. He's finding excuses not to meet us. So.
Don, it's Molly Golightly. I know that you guys know that we're in town and we just want to find your daughter.
After the witness came forward about the violence that goes on in this home, it's just hard. It's hard to believe that she left this. I don't think anything happened to her at the water hole. I think she died right here on this mountain.
So there you guys go. That is it's not going to look like that. Obviously, it's going to, and not only that, but it has to be graded to come on here for whatever reason. StreamYard just can't handle 4K res. So I'm just too cheap to pay for the services that can handle 4K res. I don't know. I don't know. We'll blame it on me. Steffers, good morning. It's me. Jen is up in the house. Skittle World Crimes. Nice to see you. Good morning. Me, the real me too, is up in the house. It's nice to see you. Bayou Babe. Katrina. Spliff Queen. Okay. Hopefully I said that right. I get tongue-tied. My Hooked on Phonics is broken if you don't know anything about Bullhorn Betty. Melody, it's nice to see you. Our beautiful Drew is up in the house. It's nice to see you, Vermont girl. Good morning. Good morning. We have Hindsight 2020 up in the house. The real me too. She says, yay, I'm new. We all know that's not true. Big boy, nice to see you, my love. Nice to see you. Big hugs and kisses. Big hugs and kisses. Melinda, it's nice to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Angie, good morning. Pebbles, Patricia, it is good to see you this morning. We got our beautiful Lori Lowe up in the house. Cool Gamer is chilling like a villain with the coffee club on the Hillin. I don't know. I'm not a rapper, folks. If you guys haven't noticed, I don't rap well, okay? I can carry a tune in a bucket, but I'm not with all the rapping, okay? Don't. Brian York, it's nice to see you. The Tennessee Bureau said she has been found. They lied. They think both parents are guilty of Summer's disappearance. We have not heard anything about her being found. I've been following this case literally for 3 years. Almost 3 years. I have just left there just not even a full week ago from being out there in that area. And I can guarantee she has not yet been found, to the best of my knowledge, unless you have some information. You know, I'm always open to new information. I work the best I can, but I'm also human, so I do make mistakes. So if you've got something that the rest of us don't have, please send it to the Bullhorn Betty, just bullhornbetty@gmail.com. Bullhornbetty@gmail.com. It's nice to see you, Wood Fairy. Alabama Mama of 4. It's nice to see you as well. Our beautiful Unicorn 1 Indiana is up in the house. We got Cynthia. Who else do we have? El Fig. It is nice to see we got Richie. Who I got? We got El Fig over here. We got Miss Robin. We got Richie. We got Barbara. We got Dire Wolf. What is up? How are you guys doing? I see Julie, Elaine. It's nice to see you all this beautiful morning. So I have been working on the Summer Wells case. We're kind of doing a recap of everything that we did. Many people that are just getting involved with the Summer Wells case don't realize that the Bullhorn Betty channel, as well as several other collaborators, pulled together our resources a couple years ago and really went out there to find out what happened to the Summer Wells case. Many people were believing that Don and Candus had a hand in it, that things weren't adding up, their story wasn't adding up, their behaviors weren't adding up. And naturally, you guys saw my first initial impression. I did a lot of, armchair detective work, right? That's what it's called, right? Where you sit at home and you look into stuff, right? So we did all of that, and it brought us to the Dr. Phil show, watching the Dr. Phil show, watching the behaviors, listening to everything, rewatching it. It was really hard at that time to find the full clip of Dr. Phil, but Olivia and I did. Deanna, it's nice to see you. We did. We ended up finding it. Danielle, it's nice to see you as well. And so we reviewed it, and we reviewed the body language experts, and then we reviewed some other stuff that the body language experts had produced and done. And then, of course, shortly thereafter that video was taken, Chris McDonough goes out there and meets with both Hunter as well as Candus, and we were able to get a lot of information. I think the first thing that was very notable to everybody across the social media and anybody that was watching it is how different the stories were that Hunter and Candus provided. Their timeline was off, where they went, in what order they went in was off. There was just a lot of stuff that just did not make sense when it came to the Summer Wells case. A lot of people were paid to run interference. I don't know by who. Was it Tim Mullins? Was it people acting on behalf of Don Wells? Was it people raising money and paying for people? Sorry, let me get adjusted here. Paying for people to run interference? I'm unsure, but we definitely know interference was ran. Okay, period. Interference was ran. People were literally making anything and everything up. They were pointing the finger in all different directions to force law enforcement to have to look in all different directions. They were really working around the clock to tax the resources of this investigation. And again, many of us were wondering, why are you doing that? And we didn't know. We were threatened. We were threatened by one of these very people that are now, from my understanding, in jail. Currently, maybe this person is out of jail right now. I'm unsure. I really don't care. Wherever he goes, just stay the hell away from me, type of thing. So this whole case has been a major shit show from the very beginning. I mean, from the parents' behavior to the YouTubers that got involved, to the threats, to them following. I mean, this is really the case that kind of got the attention from all these crazy animals to me, and it was the Summer Wells case. And I haven't been able to shake the stink of it since, right? Summer Wells and her parents, there's something going on there. We went out there. Every single person that used to support Don and Candus no longer really do. I think the only support they get is very limited by the church and by Miss Robin. Don and Candus have never stopped or got help. They haven't, from my understanding, if they just did what the courts would ask them to do, they could potentially get their boys back. They're just unwilling to do what the courts are asking them to do. And that is from my understanding. I could be totally wrong on that. But I've had enough people come forward in the area that that would have the knowledge or the information or access to the information to provide that to me. And it sounds like Don didn't do some classes he was supposed to do. And I'm sure other people, I'm not the first one that said that, because if I'm hearing it, I'm sure 100 people or 1,000 people have heard it at this point, because I haven't been plugged into the Summer Wells case for the last 2 years. I've started coming back around to it because people were asking me questions, and I'm like, no, that was debunked a long time ago. Why is this person coming up again? They've been cleared, or they have nothing to do with it. They weren't even in the area at the time that this happened. But here we are. We're coming in, circling back to the same people. And it's like, what does it say? Jody and her crew are swing. Yeah, I don't like Jody Sue Brown either, but she's only in it because it's a profitable situation that she was near. She's an addict. Trust me, this lady is just collecting money to buy her drugs. Okay. Jody Sue Brown is absolutely nothing. Has no real information. The only information she really has is just emboldening how much of a piece of garbage Don Wells is and the kind of crap he did. Other than that, she's got no information. She's been reaping thousands and thousands of dollars over the last 2 years off the back of this little girl that she would not even help whenever she had an opportunity to, if you really want to look at the matter in a different lens. I don't like Jody Sue Brown. I think she's a piece of garbage. She tried to threaten me or run me out of town a couple years. Listen, babe, Bullhorn Betty's still here. And guess what? I'm still chomping and running around in your backyard. And still haven't seen you yet, babe. Why don't you come forward and let me interview you and see what you know? Because that's one person I didn't interview. You want to know why I haven't interviewed Jody Sue Brown? Because she is deceptive. She's been known to be deceptive. Why am I going to be talking to somebody like Don Wells? I know is deceptive, but he's the father of a missing child. I don't care if his deception's on video. I don't care what he has to say. I'm looking at his body language and trying to look at what he knows and if he's lying to me, which when I talked to him, he was. But when it comes to Jody Sue Brown, that lady she does anything and everything to keep the focus on her and her story, and her story is garbage. Listen, Ronnie Lawson came out and said, look, first of all, the whole animalistic scream, before we start going down this, for the people that are new to the Summer Wells case, Jody Sue Brown said she heard this animalistic scream. First and foremost, law enforcement questioned her really right off the bat. Okay. Right off the bat, she had been questioned about what she did that day, all this other stuff. Not one time did she bring up this animalistic scream. Okay, June 15th. June 15th. You guys can look at the timeline. You guys can go back and do your own research. Do your own research, because I am guaranteed that this is accurate information. So Summer Wells went missing around 6:30-ish area, according to her mother, when she called law enforcement to report Summer Wells missing on June 15, 2021. Jody Sue Brown says she was outside, that she actually came out and started helping. You know, we saw the text messages between her and her boyfriend, and we have all of those cataloged, right? So we know that she was home at the time. Not one time did she say anything about this animalistic scream. As a matter of fact, you know what the messenger messages actually corroborated? Listen to this. They corroborated she was asleep at the time she would have heard this animalistic scream, first and foremost, okay? Secondly, that animalistic scream that she said she heard, she never even brought to law enforcement's attention for 3 solid months. Almost 3 solid months. I believe it was September 5th. It was the beginning of September 2021 that she goes to the camera. She doesn't go to law enforcement. She goes to the news camera. Remember, we need attention, right? Oh my gosh, I heard an animalistic scream. Okay. Well, then why didn't you say that 3 months ago? First and foremost. Secondly, after she made that statement, Ronnie Lawson came out and said, we haven't found any evidence or something to corroborate the animalistic scream. It doesn't exist. It was made up. Ronnie Lawson came to the cameras and basically said Jody Sue is full of shit and lying. So why would I have anything? Why would I even speak to her? Why would anybody even listen to her? She has lied literally about everything related to this case. And do I think she intentionally meddled in this case? Yes and no. Yes and no. Because yes, it was intentional. Did she intentionally meddle in the case? I don't believe so. I believe her meddling and her intention was financial, greed, drugs. That was what she was longing for. She's still on the platform now, still spinning a whole bunch of garbage. I will just say that for her, stay away. She is not a person we need to be supporting. Let's face it. She watched this child get abused and did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Knowing what was going on in that house, and did squat. So instead of supporting her, maybe you should turn the channel. Just saying. Just saying. Then you've got all the characters that were in that were just freely able to come and go from the Wells home. This is grown men and women coming in there, staying the night, doing God knows what. We know that this was a hop house, a squatter's house, a whatever house. We know that everybody in here was, needed money to pay bills and had a substance abuse problem of some sort, whether it be alcohol or other harder substances. It was rumored that the children were even engaging in some of these substances, such as marijuana and things of that nature, and carrying guns and shooting guns. And just these parents were very irresponsible with such young children on the grounds. So there is that. And then you have Don's 40 years of criminal activity. You have Candus, having children taken away and pointing a shotgun at a social worker and telling her she's going to blow her effing head off, leave her kids alone, or whatever it was. And then Candus had to go to a mental ward for I don't know how many months. It is alleged that not only was Candus abused in that home, but she abused her younger children, Candus and is it Anthony? Candus and Anthony. I don't know why they keep all the same names. So it's like even Grandis is Candus is Candus, and Candus has a daughter named Candus. So it's her oldest daughter that she has nothing to do with. And the only time she really wanted to have anything to do with her daughter Candus was after Summer Wells had disappeared. And I really don't even think Candus has even maintained that relationship with her 20-something-year-old daughter that went her entire life without her mother because her mom's a piece of garbage. What about her life that was ruined because of Candus? Nobody cares about that little girl. Everybody's just all about Candus being a great mom. Really? Why don't we ask her children instead of people on YouTube that absolutely have no earthly idea who they're dealing with or who they're talking about? You know what it's about? It's about doing the work, getting out there. We've got a lot of work that had been done. I got oodles and oodles of work that had been done. Let me see if I can pull this up. We'll go through some of the videos. I don't know what's on these videos. I'm still going through them because of the documentary. And let's see if I can share the window. Which one is it? Is it this one? Where's this one? Yeah, I think it's that one. This one. That's the one. Let's see. We got a lot. No, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted the, hold on a second. Oh, thank you, Jen. God bless you. God bless you. Who else was in here? Oh, beautiful Jen. Jen's rocking it out with her coffee beans out this morning. It's nice to see you, love. I'm trying to find the photos, and we'll try to find the file folder. So just give me a second. It's here. Let me just look at the windows. iCloud. No, we want this one. I think it's this one. Which one is it? I think it's this one. Might be this one. Let's see which one this one is. It was iCloud. I don't know if I like the iCloud one. That's not the right one. Yeah, it is the iCloud one I wanted. Okay. All right. Sorry. I had to find all my stuff. I had to find it, guys. Jeez, Louisa. So we've got a lot of stuff in here, even Benny Keys. Like I got, let's see what we got in here. Oh, this is going to be a blast from the past. The real Benny Keys. Oh, I got one that says the real Benny Keys. Let's see what this one is. Let's see if it comes on. It looks like it's popping up. Let's see what this is. This is, guys, this was all recorded some years ago. Okay. So I just want to make sure that you guys are aware that this was recorded some years ago. Yeah, it's not recent. None of this stuff is recent. Let me look at my windows. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear it. Hopefully you guys can. They got the to share audio, share it as a tab. Can I share it as a tab? Well, let me share it as a tab. I don't think it'll let me share it as a tab. It's telling me for audio, I got to share it as a tab, but it won't let me share it as a tab. What do you do in a situation like that? All right, guys. Well, we're just going to have to try. We're going to have to try. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it'll come through just the recording. Look at the thumbnail. Back in the old days. Remember the old days when we did weird thumbnails? And it's not even coming in well. It's like really horrible. Huh?
I said you're snitching on Marissa all through, aren't you? It sounds like it.
Sounds like I'm doing what?
I'm telling on Marissa.
Telling on Marissa how?
Go listen to my voicemails. The ones you keep leaving Donnie, I keep putting them on the YouTube.
Oh, wow. I just want to let you know you can't record here people in Florida yet. Is there anything else that you got for me?
Yeah, just lock my number in, sweetie.
Well, it's coming up on my Google Voice, so I don't have your number. It's only showing my Google Voice number. Can you guys hear that? Right now.
I'll text it to you, Betty. I don't have a problem with you, Betty. I just don't like Molly.
I get it. I get it. So why do you keep dogging on me?
That's all. Because she's going to bring you down, honey.
Why does he care? Why does he care? That's the question.
You met her doing the same thing she does to everybody else.
I don't understand why he's so invested in in what I'm doing. Let's see what else we got in here. What's this one? Maybe this one? Let's go back. Why not? What do we have? What better do we have to do this Wednesday? Oh, by the way, happy hump day. Let's see what else we got. We got a lot. Come on, cupcake. Open up. Open sesame. Oh, it is. Oh, this is a big file. I wonder what this is. I wonder what this is. Say my battery, my Mac's got a low battery? Oh. This thing always pops out. God burn it. Hold on, guys. I gotta plug in the Mac before we go down. Do we have... That might have been... There we go. We got some petrol now. We got some fluid. It's still taking forever to open. I don't know why it's not opening. Oh, well. Let's see if this one will open. Are they opening at all? I don't know if they're going to open. These things aren't opening. Here's one. This one.
It's on your channel. So that's why I try not to do lives with nobody else, because I can't control what other people do.
Yeah. This one. Yeah, I've got huge files that just aren't willing to open. They're probably going to all open at the same time. Watch. Let's see what else we got here. We've got, is this the Justice? Warrior's Path, MGL. We got JLR in here. Dotson. Oh, everybody wanted to know about the Dotson character. Let's see if this one opens. This one opens, then we'll play this one. All right, this is driving me nuts. Why aren't anything opening? Open with the player. Let's see if it opens. But anyways, while this is all opening, I got some pretty big files, and apparently the recorder is not opening them for some reason, unless they're opening down here. I don't know what's going on here. I really don't. It's not opening. Nothing's opening. It's irritating. And this computer's just running. Nothing's opening. Okay, let me shut this down. This is driving me nuts. Let me unplug this. There we go. I'll plug it back in. It'll tell me that I unplugged my shit and whatever, but it's freezing up on me. So let me see if that'll work. I want to show you guys these videos. It looks like it's downloading. Oh, it is. It's downloading 4 items. So I guess it has been downloading. It's 13 gigabytes. Oh, shit. Oops, I didn't mean to. All I wanted to do was open the sons of guns. That's all. I didn't mean for it to have to open 13 gigabytes of crap. Okay, here we go. Now it's opening. Let's see what this one.
Andrew, not a dime. I don't make shit from this. I do this for free. And with that being said, like, I certainly can't be doing this for free and then have somebody cost me a bunch of money while I'm doing it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at. Like, I just want to help people.
Yeah, I don't believe that garbage. Does anybody else believe that horse shit? I just want to help people. The Dotson interview's opening up now. I've got about 6.713. There it is. Let's see what Dotson's daughter. Oh, this is Dotson's daughter. Let's watch this one. Now they're all opening. So let me go ahead and put those down. I only want one. Dotson's interview. There we go. Everybody wanted to know about Dotson. Okay.
Left.
I'm going down.
Park off the side of the road.
Yeah, so I would.
And what we're trying to find out is what all happened, what all he can give us. We're here investigating Summer Wells. Okay. And I'm Bullhorn Betty. I'm with YouTube.
Oh, okay. Hey, Summer's missing. She's been missing for this amount of time. I don't want to quote things.
Right.
I don't know. The reason she called him was because she couldn't get a hold of Robin. And that's why my dad went over there. My dad eventually got a hold of Robin and got the address, and that was the first time he went over there.
And David met him at the church, right?
Yeah.
At the church. Okay. Yeah, because we went to the church today. I didn't see David there today. Does he still go there? Yeah. Oh, he doesn't even go by.
Where he got married, which I'm sure y'all know.
Yeah.
He got married, my pictures are all over the place. He got my permission. Which I don't blame y'all. I don't blame y'all. I'm just really salty about it.
Yeah, well, I didn't do it, so just to let you know.
I have said my mind on Facebook. I'm sure y'all can see. But when I can't post pictures of my family because people
say that.
Did he get involved originally because that's a church thing to do, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, my dad was a paramedic for 25 years, and then he's been an undertaker for about 10 years, you know?
Right.
And I guess, you know, where he has me and my brother, you know, if a child goes missing, he's gonna want to help. You know, my dad, you know, he got the call saying, hey, how old is Summer? Like 4, 5? 5. He gets a call saying my 4-year-old girl is going missing, so of course, you know, like anybody's parental instinct.
Yeah. And he obviously has a daughter, so I'm sure it hits a chord with him too.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, so he went over to look for her, you know, and then he's trying to help. He did interviews, and the people were blasting him all over Facebook. Yeah. So he's like, well, I'm not going to help now.
Yeah.
Oh, because everybody will.
Yeah, because
it's awful. And, you know, I'm getting an attorney and stuff because.
So, you know, she did express to us a lot. That was, you know, everybody wonders why we didn't go down the Dotson avenue. It's because it was a debunked option. Okay. The man didn't know her. And, you know, he was an undertaker, but other than him being an undertaker and him just wanting to help a family, there was no connection. But you wouldn't have known it because everybody and their mother was calling law enforcement to tell him to look into Dobson. Jackie Dobson, I think is what his name is. Jackie, if I'm not mistaken. And so another one that's rearing its ugly head right now, you know, people are talking about Dotson. And it's not him. It's just not. These people that want to believe David Dotson, thank you. David. Why was I thinking Jackie? What was I thinking Jackie for? There was a Jackie involved in this somewhere because I went to that person's house too in Georgia. I think it was Georgia. Anyways, David. But yeah, and so his daughter, you know, I'm sorry, but you know, children do know their families somewhat. Unless you're a serial killer, you know, your family pretty much knows who you are as an individual. And it sounds to me like this guy, outside of him just working for the morgue, he got dragged into it because of his job. That's the reality of what we were dealing with at the time. No matter what, nobody was safe. It's still not, you know, in the true crime, they try to blame it on us, but we're not attacking the victims. It's these other people that keep going out and attacking these people. The channels that I associate with, Justice for All, Chronicles of Olivia, Dolly Vision, who does that? Who goes into there and tears their whole entire life apart? That is not stuff that we do. We know where that kind of stuff comes from, but it is from this side of the tracks. It's definitely not from this side of the tracks, but we know the behaviors and where those behaviors are taught and trained at on this platform. Let's see what else we got. There's another video that came up. Which one's this one? What does this one say?
It's Benny Keys. How you doing, bitch?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you're exactly right. But had you made the campaigning and circuit of things you guys had done first before coming to my house, it'd be a whole different thing.
Yeah. But I tell you what, you know. Do you hear him coming to my house? And like, I have never been to this man's house. I think he was talking about Candus and Don's house, which is a little creepy for me. Now, hopefully you guys heard that. Which one's this one? That's the one we were just doing. Let's see what this other one is.
Be the least of your concern. Maybe in a week or two, when things have settled down and you're wanting to put pieces together, then you do. But to go there and specifically ask Hunter what he said to TBI and if he told him that, and what I mean by that, I think what it is she didn't want to tell him that she was, because they went to those hippie houses and those THC places. We went to them. Those weren't selling tobacco products. They were selling marijuana products. And I think she gave him marijuana. And I think that's what she was so concerned. Like, I don't even think she cares about the alcohol. I think she's more concerned about the fact that she may have given him the marijuana products.
That's all CBD there. They don't sell any marijuana.
They do. We went there ourselves. We could get that the THC products. We went to both of them.
The Delta.
That is
whatever number 8 whatever things.
It's still a product. It's still a marijuana product. Okay, it still gives you a buzz, and it's still only for people over the age of 18. Hunter was not over the age of 18. Why is Candus giving this boy alcohol and substances? All right, we when we hear those things happen, usually it's because an older guy is giving those things to a younger girl, and there's reasons for that. But this is a little bit different, where an older woman is giving that to a younger boy. It's still the same behavior, just different players, and nobody wants to look at it.
Yeah, but they don't actually, it's a very close. It's through the extraction process they can make regular hemp give you a buzz like THC now, but it's not actually. Should he be smoking it? No.
That's the point. He wants to sit there and argue about. The bottom line is that the kid shouldn't have had it. The kid shouldn't have had it. And an adult shouldn't have been giving it. When kids get a hold of stuff, usually they get a hold of stuff because of friends, right? At least that's how, like, when we were younger, we had to work for it. Yeah. We had to work for it. We didn't have some adult they walk up to and say, hey, can you go in there? They'd smack you in the back of the head and tell you go home and take your damn money. That's the era I grew up in.
So I agree. It's still in that no zone. But as far as like what does I don't know. I mean, you have to ask yourself. I don't want to know, because I'm not a nosy person, but I'm sure you might know why the boy is on probation. He's on probation for something serious enough that he pisses dirty one time and they lock his ass up.
Yeah.
So this is where Benny is discussing Hunter, trying to defame Hunter, trying to throw Hunter under the bus, trying to, he was a kid. Let's be honest. Hunter was a kid, a big kid nonetheless, but still a kid under the direction of 2 adults out there. There were 2 children and 2 adults. 2 adults. Hunter was not one of them, but here you've got this a-hole trying to say, oh, he's on probation. You want to know why he's on probation? Because he's got an absent father in his life. He has no money and they don't live the best. Period. That's why he's in the trouble he's in. And now he just lost his mama, so I don't expect his life to really get much better than this. Actually, quite frankly, I expect it to progressively get worse until he's sick and tired of it being worse, or he just gives up. That's how it works in situations like this. Don't believe me? You can say I'm a mean person all day long, but I guarantee, let's rehatch this in 10 years and let's see how right I am.
Well, I was on probation as a young child because I was out of control. I really was. I had a lot of home problems when I was growing up, which affected me in my adulthood.
So what is he on probation for?
I have no idea.
That might be something you want to know.
No, it's not. And it's irrelevant.
But it's these things, right?
It's irrelevant, and here's why. Because young children act out when traumatic things happen. Period. They act out. I did it. Many of you probably have done it. Many of our children that have gone through some experiences probably go through it. The bottom line is kids don't know how to deal with certain things, so they act out. They're longing for attention, so if they're not getting the type of attention that they want, they get negative attention. It's just how it works. Don't believe me? Go read about it. Okay? I'm not trying to educate the masses. You believe me? You don't believe me? If you don't believe me, go research, debunk me. Okay? Prove it. I'm telling you, and I want you to do the research because I want you to be knowledgeable about the information. It's irrelevant to me because I know that this boy's mother told me personally on multiple occasions her son has never been the same since he came back from that day. Out of all the times that he's gone out with Candus alone, All the times that they've gone fishing or gone out here or gone here or done this or done that, all the times that Allie has left her son in the care of Candus, this is the one time he's never been the same again. And it just so happens to be the same day that Summer disappears. Now, call me crazy. Many people do. But I'm going to believe Allie. Why would Allie lie to me about this? She had no reason to. I wasn't trampling her up here on YouTube. I wasn't bringing her story here on YouTube. I wasn't recording every single thing or every conversation we had. So why would she be telling me this in confidence? Because the plan had always been that when this case came to an end, she was going to come forward and talk about everything that she knew. And she never got the opportunity because, quite frankly, we all thought Summer would have justice by now. And we didn't expect her to have health issues. But she has always maintained to me, her son has never been the same since that day. And she's always maintained to me that he just doesn't talk about it. He stopped talking about it for a really long time. So it was out of sight, out of mind. So many people say, well, how is his story so wildly different than it was? Because he hasn't talked about it. It was a traumatic experience. Many of those memories probably are very hazy, if not completely lost. And he's probably going off things he heard from other people, as opposed to things that he actually truly remembers himself. That's just my opinion of what happened. But I had a unique insight, especially around this time, because of my friendship with Allie. So him bringing up, Benny Keys bringing up Hunter's, it's nothing to me. And it should be nothing to you. It's irrelevant. Was he a troubled kid? Yeah. Who wouldn't be? Look at his life.
That are there. So, pardon me, if the boy is locked up for being a criminal and then pissing dirty, which is more criminal activity, right? Does he have the credibility?
Victim blaming, victim shaming, shame on you.
Oh, I don't believe everything he said was true, because I read body language. And one of the things was, you can tell when he was talking to him at first, his hands were moving normally. And then when Chris started asking him questions, more pointed, very specific, detailed questions, you start seeing him picking at the table, the varnish on the table. You start seeing him popping, that pop whatever thing with the little toy that he said Summer likes. Those are nervous reactions. Those are a subconscious nervous reactions. And I could see, so I could tell when he was telling the truth, when he wasn't. What I wish they would have done is showed his face, because his face and the eye movements and the blinking, that right there would have been telling. But we didn't get any of that.
No. And, of course, Chris did. He was looking right at him.
Right.
So you gotta wonder why he redacted Andy's name twice, the other Billy guy once, and then now 7 months later he brings it out. So it is some really weird stuff going on.
Probably because he wanted. Excuse me. One more. He probably wanted to corroborate the information, and he probably wanted to make sure he was legally justified. We all worry about, saying too much. We were just, let's face it. Even us YouTubers are cognizant that there's laws out there that we have to figure out. And if Hunter was saying something, like, Chris wouldn't have been in trouble, or anything like that, but he may have redacted it just to keep, at this time, people were just sleuthing away and turning people's lives upside down. He might have done that to protect the people, like Andrew at the time, when he didn't know who he was and didn't want him. But now we know who Andrew is, and Andrew is another one that has created a channel off of the back of this little girl to make a buck and exploit the situation. And that's truly what it is it's exploitation. He has no relevant information. He's not there to advocate for this young child. He's just there to make a profit off of her name. And you know what? In the grand scheme of things, as disgusting as it is, he has every right to do it. And it is what it is. Oh, Sonia. Oh, yeah, guys. It is getting very, very close to Valentine's Day. If you guys have not gotten your custom creations for your loved ones, that cute little coffee cup, maybe something that says, get out of here, Bullhorn Betty. I behoove you. You can make whatever. What is your favorite Bullhorn Betty saying? Huh? What is your favorite Bullhorn Betty saying? Reach out to Sonia. Get it put on a shirt. Well, what did House of Williams say? The behoover from behoovement from Behooverville. I don't remember. It was funny. It was cute. It was cute. Night Demon, it's nice to see you, love. It's nice to see you. Linda Lou, it's nice to see you as well. Mama Llama. Mama Llama's up in the house. So let's get back to Benny Keys. I've never liked BK. I've always thought he was trash. I always thought he was going to be back in prison in lickety-split, even though he was pointing the finger at poor Betty. It's funny how that happens. I'm sorry. Everybody's like, you just got to let it go. Okay, well, I'm letting it go. But I can't help. Facts are facts, okay, guys? I don't make up the facts, okay? I'm not crusty bread. But long story short is Benny, I think, was just completely off base here. I think he was trying to cover his crap because I was calling him out at this time. I'm like, you know damn well that none of this crap you're spewing out of your freaking mouth is true. None of it. He was running interference. That's all this man was doing. And I don't care whether he said that he wasn't getting paid for it or not. You were getting paid. I saw how many thousands of dollars you were rolling in on those cash apps. Gang, gang, baby. Give me a fucking break. Excuse my language.
I'm in complete agreement with you with that. But I assure you, like Miss Andrew, we could call Don right now. And you could ask him whatever you wanted.
Look at that.
But you couldn't be involved with Molly Go Lightning. You couldn't have any.
See how he's dangling? He's pimping. You guys, this is the same man that tried to say, I tragedy pimp. Bullhorn Betty's that sounded like I pimp. Oh, you know what? You can call Dawn right now. All you got to do is leave Molly Go Lightly alone. Just don't talk to her. Don't have shit to do with her. And I'll get you Dawn. I'll get you that. If that ain't pimping, what is? That is straight pimping. Tell me. Right? Every day we be hustling, right? Come on now. I'm telling you, now that is pimping. There's Big Cheese right there.
To do with going over there or her having a part of it, like he wants to keep her voice out there.
Right.
And he just doesn't want to do it with Molly. That's it. Because we do know Molly's made like almost, $9,000, $10,000 on this case. Not that she doesn't deserve it, but man, that's holy.
And pocket watching. Sounds a little jelly.
That's a lot of money, so he's had literally thousands of people come at him. I came at him just like everyone else did. And then everyone turns on him. Like they want a little piece of info, and when they think they get enough, then they're like, oh, they run to the YouTube and they get 200 views.
Now tell me that is not some comical shit, especially in light of how he did the same damn thing, right? Isn't it funny how if we just keep a hold of this stuff and keep it in our back pocket, how we can pull it out at an opportune time and show the contradiction, show the hypocrisy, show the bullshit? I guarantee I've maintained everything I have maintained for Don Wells. Nobody can say that Bullhorn Betty tried to pull the wool over that man's eyes, okay? If anybody, and probably why Don still has something to do with me, because at the end of the day, I think he truly does respect me. I've never had to be somebody I'm not. I never had to be rude to Don Wells. I still made my point. The man still talks to me. I've never had to do these games. I don't get this. This is not the crap we do. But I digress. Put it on a mug. Call Sonia. I need to get you the longer logo. I Digress by Bullhorn Betty. We got a new cup line. We got a new cup line, Sonia. I don't know if you're aware of it yet, but there you go. There you go. I gave you the new cup line. Abracadabra. Oh, Lord. To make up your own scenarios, just dumb. Now, Jill, you must be new to the chat, so let me kind of express the chat rules. You got to be respectful to everybody, including me, whether you like it or not. We have really one rule here, and it's don't be a dick. So mean what you say what you mean. We're not the kind of chat where you can come over here and just kind of like go to the mattress. You know, we have conversations. We're adults over here, so we like perspectives. Not everybody. It's my opinion, my viewpoint. This Bullhorn Betty show. Everybody else has their own viewpoint. Trust me, we don't prescribe to parroting people. Like, you don't have to say everything that I say. Actually, we don't like it because we like the contrast because it makes for great debate, and that's what we do on here. So hopefully, you don't have to share my viewpoints, but express yours, but do it in a respectful way. That's all that's required. No one knows how they would act in a situation. You would be freaked, and each reacted differently. You're right, but we'd all react. We would absolutely. You're right, but after 3 years. The bottom line is we're not talking about their behaviors at this point. We're talking about law enforcement. Law enforcement has maintained for 3 years that there's no evidence of an abduction. None. 3 years. They have, after 3 years, if there was even the remote evidence of it, they would have come forward. There's no evidence. They have, of all the people that they've cleared in this case, the parents and the grandma still have yet to be cleared. So you're looking at all these things, and then you're looking at their behavior to boot. Like it's the sprinkles on top, right? And then when you look at it from that angle, it paints a very, very clear picture. Now, moreover, a lot of people that want to go out here and tell their audience that this couldn't happen on a probable cause and all this, we don't live in probable cause, okay? We're not a court of law here, okay? We have our opinions, and we share those opinions, and we speculate, and we theorize based on relevant facts that are to us, such as this child has only been around her parents the entire day. There is no evidence of any other person being around them. That's facts. Facts are they live on a mountain. It's very, very difficult to get up there. You can't change that. It's a fact. The facts are there's really only one way up to their home and one way out. And even if you did take into consideration the dog trail's right outside of grandma's camper. So again, you can't change these facts. It has nothing to do with just their behavior. Their behavior is just the sprinkles. It's everything else that is factual information that we have from law enforcement, such as Ronnie Lawson saying that the parents quit cooperating back in March of 2022. That they lawyered up. You can't change those facts. And this again has nothing to do with their behaviors and how they're reacting to this. That's just the sprinkles on top. And then you go back to the fact that I just spoke to Don Wells, and they're still questioning him about their timeline 3 years later. You can't change those facts. That has nothing to do with his behavior. Again, behavior and his reactions are just the sprinkle on top. So I understand your perspective, but for me, that's why I have these. Never mind the fact that we have done close to 50 interviews related to this case of people connected to this family, people that were in that house, people that stayed with them. Again, their behaviors, just a sprinkle on top. But quite odd in and of itself, because the only people that act the way that they have acted that I've seen, and quite frankly, if you look at it, you can compare them almost simultaneous side by side, is the West parents, which are convicted, right? And the Wells. because you put the Wells next to like Jen Santanello, next to like Brandy Neal, next to like real families that are fighting for their missing child. You put them next to them, it's glaring. They haven't looked for their child. So even if their behaviors, even if people behave differently, why isn't he looking for his daughter? You know, no matter how he perceives himself out here to the real world, we've never seen him hang one flyer. He's never acknowledged ever hanging one flyer, even to me. We took the flyers out there. We took the banner out there. I'm just, you know, these are, again, facts that you can't really dispute. And it has nothing to do with his behavior. His behavior and Candus's behavior is just the sprinkles on top. The top of all the factual information. So hopefully that kind of clarifies you on my position and why I feel that way. And that's just based on facts. Not speculation, not theories, not my opinion. Facts. What did German girl say? I think I just glossed right over yours. There you are. I was just curious to see if you may have heard from Miss Ann in the last week. She called me while I was out, and I was so busy I couldn't even talk to her. Like, I was right in the middle. I think it was of the Alec Murdaugh trial, and I was trying to get a cup of coffee, and I had like a very limited amount of time, and there's no coffee places on that strip. It's all the way down in a basement of a hotel is the nearest Starbucks. And so I'm trying to get there. Miss Ann called. She wanted me to come by and see her, but I literally rolled through. It was late at night. I rolled through Georgia. I stopped by Jen's. Jen had a computer on the back of her house already for me. I just had to walk back there and pick it up and leave. And I traveled all the way home, and I got home really early in the morning on the 3rd. So I just didn't have time, but I might have hurt her feelings, but I didn't mean to. So if you guys hear from Miss Ann, tell her that Bullhorn Betty loves her. Oh, Jackie, I'm sorry for your loss too. I'm reading Jules' comments. Jules says, Jackie, I'm sorry for your loss. This is the blessed place to be loved and supported. It is. It is. We like prayers. We think prayers move mountains, and we really love, hugging people. And quite frankly, Guidance is going through her own loss. She lost her furry best friend. So, if you've lost a human, kind of not the same, but kind of, because I tell you what, our animals are like children to us. I know mine are. Linda Lou, I'm an old foggy. I guess I cringe every time I hear. I know. We all do. Hey, you know what? Like I said, this was kind of a run of the mill. Like, I don't know what I'm picking out here. This was not a planned videos. I knew I was going to play videos, but the plan was just to play random videos. So and I'm coming back. It's almost like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this, right? I forgot about that. I forgot about this. So it's kind of interesting going back and reviewing, because I don't think, even looking back now for myself, I forget how much work we did on this case. Just the extreme magnitude of information that we acquired on this case that we've never showed the world. I mean, because there was just so much. So this is kind of the way we can show the world, what we did, where we were. Some of this stuff is going to go in the documentary. Some of the stuff is not. The documentary's coming out. It's moving along well. For those that are just tuning in, let me play it for you guys real quick. I'll take this off. And there it is. I'll share this. And it's not HD quality yet because I had to upload it. It wouldn't upload to StreamYard directly. So I had to upload it to YouTube. And that happened like literally minutes before. So, and again, they do HD, but I don't think they do. I don't know if they do 4K, but when it is published and produced, it's going to be produced in 4K quality.
In a quarter mile, sharp right onto Ben Hill Road.
should be like right here. And it's going to be a lot different.
In a quarter mile, sharp right onto Ben Hill Road.
The newer update. Our sign is down. Our summer west sign is down. You can't even see their house now.
Sharp right onto Ben Hill Road.
Here, you know what? I'll show you guys. Let me, I'll show you the updated one. Because that one, I just kind of, I try to do that for this to get it uploaded so you guys would have better quality, but it just doesn't ever work. Let me see if I can put this up here. Might work a little better holding it. And you guys can watch it. Because this is a better quality on this phone than what you guys are seeing there. And I work hard on it. I want you guys to have the better quality, right? That's the name of the game, better quality. Hopefully I got this. You guys see that? Let me turn this off.
In a quarter mile, sharp right onto Ben
Oh, it's not going to do it. Hold on. Let me turn this off. You guys get to see me in my habitat. No! Office 2. All right, let's play this.
In a quarter mile, sharp right onto Ben Hill Road.
Can you guys see that?
Okay.
It should be like right here.
In a quarter mile, sharp right onto Ben Hill Road.
Our sign is down. Our summer west sign is down. You can't even see their house now.
Sharp right onto Ben Hill Road. In 600 feet, you will arrive at your destination.
Look at this. I can't see nothing.
You have arrived.
You can't even see their house with all this greenery. Can you do me one favor, Miss Olivia? Can you go ribbit? Ribbit.
Five-year-old child's missing.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
He had 7 alibis, and she.
That's the one I was playing on here. No, that's not the right one. Hold on. I got one more. I do several different ones. I forgot that I did that one. So this one. Yeah, I'm not quite done with it. This is it. I'll get you back to the ribbit, and then you'll see it. There we are.
Candus has a hand in whatever happened in this home, and I think Don covered it up. If, in fact, he was at work at the time she disappeared, is he truly trying to blame his wife for something that he did? They know what happened to her. I can see a child injuring themselves. That is something else. You know, I don't think this was planned. Something snapped in her. Molly Go Lightly's live. He said he had 7 alibis and she had none. She's going down. My thing is one person only needs one alibi, the truth. But with that, him explaining himself like, I got 7 alibis. Who needs 7 alibis? That shows right there that could possibly be deception. Did he come home and take care of business once she was dead and he needed to move her body? Or, again, she was out. I mean, look at that. There's no gate around that property whatsoever to keep kids in. Summer was 5 years old. 5-year-olds make mistakes. They do things their parents don't want them to do, especially in a comfort zone like their home. There is a theory that maybe something happened to her beforehand, but with all the events and evidence that we have collected, primarily that somebody was out with her alive that day, and after the witness came forward about the violence that goes on in this home, it's just hard. It's hard to believe that she left this. I don't think anything happened to her at the water hole. I think she died right here on this mountain.
I'm going to call Don Wells right now. We can communicate with him.
So that is, I'm still working, but that's the documentary as we see it. I know the one that I'm playing here that I just played going into the intro is not going to be the quality that I just merged a TikTok video. I was lazy, but that's the real product right there. And it's a work in progress. Lots of clips going in it. I had to go back out there and take some shots, but I should have checked my shots when I did it. I was too close to the damn camera. So now it looks like I have to go back there and take two. But this time I'm standing at the camera until I get the shot right. Damn it. I can't believe I did that. But I did. I'm going to try to make some of it work, but I think my face was entirely too close to the camera. I don't like it. I don't like how it came out at all. So we'll see. It's circumstances leading up to her disappearance. So what happened before she was reported missing? Interesting. It's interesting that you say that because there was Dudley. We interviewed Dudley. This was a person that Don Wells had asked us to look into, as a matter of fact. Let me just pull this up and we'll listen to that conversation. I just clipped that down, parsed it down to a I can't do that. Let's see what this one is. That's my live. Hold on a second. Let me go over here to the channel. I parsed that down to a phone call, and I want you guys to hear that. Here it is. Let's see if we can get this up. Well, this is probably going to have a commercial because we're on this channel.
Always been my number one suspect because when I fired him, the next day, someone come up missing.
Right.
It's just like a pattern. Because I've had to spend the anger, the anger that y'all portray.
And I want you guys to understand that, he asked us to go speak to Dudley. And Dudley described, let me get over here to the StreamYard. I'll put this up here real quick. Dudley described Don Wells acting weird, having weird behavior the day before because he fired Dudley. He fired Dudley the day before, the day that Summer went missing. And one of his excuses, well, I just fired Dudley. It had to have been him because my daughter came up missing. Well, I was just with Don Wells about a month or so ago outside of his house. And him and I were talking. And when I spoke to him then, he brought up, he finally confirmed and corroborated exactly when the Department of Children and Family Services were there. They were there on the 14th around 6:30 p.m. But he was, when I was asking him, who else can I look into? Because everything's coming back to this house. Nobody's panning out. This is the pickle that I'm in. If you didn't do anything, who else do I need to look at? Because nobody's panning out here, bud. And everything's coming back to this mountain, and everything's coming back to you guys. And so this is the pickle that I'm in, is basically what I said. It's basically almost verbatim what I said. It's the pickle that I'm in. And so that's when he kind of opened up to me about the Department of Children and Family Services. But I didn't realize it at the time until I was going through all the footage from our past footage that we did for Summer Wells, like I had promised you guys I would. And I came across this conversation with Don Wells where he called me while I was sleeping one night. And I woke up and ended up getting up and getting a cup of coffee, because when Don Wells calls, it's never like a half-hour conversation. It's usually an hour and a half conversation. So I got up and started getting myself a cup of coffee because I knew it was going to be a little moment. And you see our engagement. I mean, it does get a little hostile. between me and him, and, you know, in many of our conversations, because if I don't say what he wants, he has this thing about flying off the handle and calling me every name in the book and just weird behavior like that. So this wasn't the engagement that I had, or, you know, his body language at all when I met with him like a month ago out in front of his home. But it was just eerie, again, like I said, that he almost made the same verbatim statements that he said about Dudley. Well, they were just here the day before, and it's just ironic that she disappeared around the same time they were here the night before. And so that's what that whole indication, when you guys rewatch this, we're about to rewatch it, when you see that one, it's always the next day or something like that. That's what the statement was, because he's made that statement to me several times about several different persons of interest that he's provided names for. Almost that same verbatim statement. Well, the very next day. So he had a lot of things, a lot of weird behaviors going on the 14th, from him being in the bathtub, slumped over, you know, looking depressed, to firing Dudley, to having DCS at his house. Yes, there's a lot of weird stuff going on the 14th that lead, again, these are factual things that lead to, that imply that there may be more nefarious things going on that led to Summer's disappearance. And it's still, no matter how you look, it comes back to the same house and the same players, whether it's by nefarious means or by accidental means. Same people. That's why I say the same thing that I say, because no matter how you look at this, they're responsible. Let's listen to it from the beginning.
The bullhorn, Betty.
You are talking to me.
The motherfucker's nuts. Dudley's always been my number one suspect, because when I fired him, the next day, Summer come up missing.
Right.
It's this like pattern. Because I've had to spend the anger, you know, the anger that y'all portray. I've had some people call me, you know, and they're freaking pissed. I'm like, okay, I get it. You don't think I don't feel that same anger? Like, I want to fucking kill some motherfucker, but I don't know who to kill.
Yeah.
You know,
I even found that bizarre. You don't think I feel the same? No. You should feel amplified. Not even remotely the same as I feel. This is not my daughter. I'm just emotionally involved because I learned about your daughter. I didn't watch her grow up. I didn't watch her take her first bite of real food. I didn't teach her how to walk. I didn't teach her how to ride a bike. No, yours should be amplified by a million. By a million. Not same as, Don. Not same as at all.
I'm saying, if I knew who to kill, I would have them killed, but I don't know who to kill.
Well, I can tell you, I really don't believe Dudley Ajan had anything to do with it. I know you don't necessarily believe that, but I'm telling you, I interviewed him.
Hey, that could be. So that's what I want you all to do, was check him out. But I'm going to tell you right now, everything that he said, he's lied on me. He's got some kind of vendetta.
And when we talked to him, he said that you and Candus always argue on the job, which we know is true. You guys do argue quite a bit.
But Candus didn't work with me on the job.
Yeah, he said that. He said that she came up there. She came up there one time for money. She came up there with Candy and or Grandis. I don't know what you guys call her, but we call her Grandis. Came up there, you know, for money one time. She came up there. You guys were fighting. You guys have left the kids. You guys let the kids walk on rafters or whatever those little things is to go down the stairs that aren't built. And some things are like 10 feet in the air. What else?
This is all crazy talk to me.
Yeah.
He's making shit up. What the fuck's he talking about? And 2 days prior to that, he's been fired from every crew in our fucking that we have. He's been fired from.
Yeah. Well,
still am a little bizarre about that. Like, what does that matter? How many places he's been fired from? He's never been arrested for snatching children. Like, it seemed like like Don had a sour taste in his mouth with Dudley, but it didn't seem to me, the way he's talking and how he's changing it about work and not about his daughter, to me, it just seemed like a distraction. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was distractive. I don't know a better way. I don't know.
Well, why are you taking this shit out on me? I don't understand. I was only trying to give it.
And then he turns it around on him. I don't know why. And this you didn't hear, but I think it cut off after this. I think I cut it off after this. But he goes on to say that, what did he go on to say? Let me back that up because it was something he just said.
Fucking that we have. He's been fired from.
Yeah. Well.
Oh yeah. And then he goes back to say it's all of, I don't know why he's taking his stuff out on me. Like he's now turning. It's not even about Summer. Like, he's saying that he believes this guy abducted his daughter, but now he's talking about work and talking about Dudley turning his stuff onto him. And it's like, where did Summer fit into this argument or this conversation line? I don't know. It just seemed like this was just a distraction.
This shit out on me. I don't understand. I was only trying to give him a break and hire him and try to use him. And I give him fucking 50%, and he wasn't happy with that.
Oh, and for those people that say that Don never gave Dudley 50%, there's the proof he did. He had went around for a really long time telling everybody, what kind of idiot do you think I am? I never give anybody 50% of my business. What are you talking about? I never agreed to that. Da, 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 da. Well, there you have it right there in his own words. Yes, he did. Again, another thing that he went around and lied about. Now, granted, it's insignificant in my book related to Summer Wells, whether Dudley had 50% of the business or not. But it's the point that Don lied about it. Why? And if he's willing to lie about something that has literally no relevance in his daughter's case, what is he lying about in his daughter's case? You got to ask the questions.
Nobody wants to see my side of it.
Well, in all fairness, Don, we've tried. We've tried to give you your opportunity to get your side out there.
Well, I know that, but you guys are doing it the wrong way.
Well, what's the right way? I do it the way I know.
Not by coming to my fucking job saying lock him up.
Oh, come on, Don. Now, you know darn well that we tried many, I would say a half a dozen times to 10 times to talk to you prior to ever going to that extreme.
Look, hold up. Hold the fuck up. Hold the phone. No. You guys have been fucking, hell no. Fucking way. You ain't trying to be my friend.
And that's another thing. No, Don, I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm not trying to be your friend at all. I'm trying to find your daughter and what happened to her. Trust me, I don't have the luxury of being friends with people. It distracts. No. I don't know why he thinks I would ever be his friend. No. We ain't going to be friends, Don. We're not going to be friends. Now, you want to work with me to help find your daughter? Hey, I'm open to it. But let's face it, I don't like you. I don't like how you live your life. I don't like how you conduct your business. I don't like how you treat your family. No, we're not going to be friends, even if you had nothing to do with your daughter's disappearance, which I just will not concede. So no, friends? We ain't going to be friends. But I'll help you if you need my help.
You're trying to be all my enemies' friends. You ain't trying to talk to me.
I'm not. Whose enemy friends am I being? I'd like to know. Why is this thing? There we go. Enemy. I'm not anybody's friend. I'm not an enemy's friend. I'm not trying to take Don down. I'm just trying to find out what happened to Summer and whoever is responsible for that. Right? Friends with who? If I'm the enemy's friends, then you must be the enemy. Don? Because the only side I'm on is your daughter's. I don't get that. I don't get that.
Well, Don, you know, we have our opinion, and we have asked you time.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I get that. Okay, fine.
We're giving you an opportunity to change our mind.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we were doing, right? We were giving him an opportunity to change our minds. You know, we watched a lot of stuff. We talked to a lot of people. People in his area didn't talk highly of him. People that knew him talked about some really bad stuff, guys. You know, so I'm here to find answers. I don't know how I became the enemy's friends unless you're the enemy. You know, and let's face it, there's no way that nobody can say that we haven't given Don Wells opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to clear his name. I talked to him belly to belly and eyeball to eyeball just a month ago. He had, again, another opportunity to change my mind. And he didn't. And he couldn't answer, like I asked him, and Don can tell you. I mean, he can tell you I was utmost respectful to him. I wasn't mean, nasty, rude. I was upbeat. And I explained to him that, you know, we're in a pickle here. Everything comes back to this mountain, and everything comes back to you, Candus and Grandis. Can you explain that? He even told me he couldn't. No, I can't. That's what he said. Well, tell me about the day, because we're getting conflicting stories. You're telling me that your boys didn't go to work, and I've got people saying that they did. And I got people saying that you left work between 1:30 and 2:30, and they don't know when you came back. He wouldn't answer those questions. I didn't wrestle him. I didn't call him out. I didn't make him feel this big. But the bottom line is I asked the questions, and he didn't answer the questions, and he was very, very strategic in changing the conversation before he even knew the conversation was changed. I watched him do that several times while I was talking to him. And of course, naturally, I went right with it, but it doesn't matter. I still saw the behavior. That's problematic for me. Did anyone see the video that got taken down of supposedly it was news that found a little girl in a camper, but it looks like a regular video from a phone, and the little girl looks like Summer? There's been a lot of rumors coming up. So far, nothing has been corroborated. I don't know who's throwing this new fresh, I have to think when people start talking about the case, especially me, it's funny because little stuff starts just going out in rapid form. I don't know if this has happened over the last few days, but this is not the first time that somebody has brought this other child being found up. We just had somebody at the beginning of this show actually say the same thing, that she had been found. That this is, but I don't know who's putting that out. It hasn't been corroborated. I can tell you that. To the best of our knowledge on this show, there's been no sighting of Summer Wells since she disappeared. There were, I shouldn't say sightings. There were a couple sightings, but those sightings, the law enforcement went out there to actually found the girl, and it was not Summer. So not only was she sighted, but it was absolutely confirmed that it wasn't Summer. But that, other than that, and that was years ago, and other than that, nothing. But there are people that are intentionally throwing stuff into cases, either for clicks and views or to throw the case, especially if somebody's getting closer. So I don't know. I really don't. There's just, I can tell you from my information, that's untrue. Unless somebody, and again, I opened my email bullhornbetty@gmail.com, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. It's bullhornbetty@gmail.com. Send me any articles. I will definitely look into it. I will definitely reach out to the people that can confirm or deny the information, and at least attempt to corroborate the information if there is something. But no, I haven't heard it. Let me go over to some, and then I'll get to you, Linda Lou. We're about 20 minutes behind, and we're probably even more than that. So, Linda Lou, or Linda Lowe, Lori Lowe. Good Lord, Linda Lou. You guys are tongue-tying me. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, BHB, for all you check your texts after this live. Okay, well, let me just check it because I'll probably forget to check it after this live. Because once I get done with this live, I'll be working. I got a lot of work to do. I'm leaving in a couple days. Oh, that'll be good. Awesome. Yes, just let me know. Let me know, Lori Lowe. Let's see what. And Jen, thank you. If you received your gifted Bullhorn Betty membership, please tell Jen thank you. Thank you very much, Jen. God bless you. Linda said, if Summer had been abducted, or if they, essayed her, they had no reason to go to Hunter's to see what he. Good point. Great point. Great point. Because for those that are new to this case, yes, Candus and Grandis went over to Hunter's house to demand to find out from Hunter what he told law enforcement and TBI. And they seemed upset. Yes, I was born there. I lived there 10 years. My life. Yeah, okay. I must have grabbed that one. That was part of a conversation. I'm shocked. I'm rocked in these last 2 months. Been tested hard. Never wanted that in my life. That life again. I celebrate surprise. Oh, that's great. Oh, congratulations, Jules. Congratulations. No compassion. That's the problem from the parents. Yes, that's absolutely, in my opinion, correct. Marlene says it's their actions and lack thereof. It's their statements and lack thereof. Good point. Your interview with Grandma Allie's mom, and Allie spoke volumes. It did. And they had a lot of inside information. What's your thoughts on Candus' shocked look when Don says Summer could be dead during their interview with the news station? I don't think it was a shocked look. Not like shocked like it was the first time she heard it. It was I don't know. There was something with that, but the shocked wasn't the look that I would describe it. It was, I can't believe you said it like that. Look, I'll have to go back and get, but it wasn't shocked. And it just kind of, their behavior just really does solidify a lot of stuff in my mind. For me. Were there things Dudley and his wife spoke of that you have not revealed to the public? Just curious. And no, just the strange behaviors. There is something that I have not revealed because I don't know where it's at. And it's the conversation Don left. I recorded it. Dudley's wife played it and I recorded it. And it was Don screaming at Dudley the next day about money. Instead of worrying about his daughter, worrying about the police, worrying about searching for her, he's just going off on Dudley, calling him an N and a big POS and all this nasty foul language. That's never been brought to the public. I'm going through all the footage. Hopefully it finds itself somewhere in all of this. I've got to find all the phones that I had. and start plugging them up and seeing what's on them to make sure I'm not missing anything. But we have a lot of content. And of course, this was when I wasn't keeping it all organized. So I've got like literally Summer Wells content on 3 different phones, not including God knows how many drives. And God knows what's on the Dell computer that keeps shutting off on me. You know, I got to go through all of that and find out what's on the hard drive on that computer. It does stay open or on, but it just shuts down. It's the computer I bought a brand new computer from Dell, it was over $1,000. It was a 2-in-1. It flips completely backwards, becomes a tablet. I went to Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner case, and on my back on my way back from Southwest, they asked if we wanted to check bags, and I didn't even think anything of it. The freaking backpack weighed 80 pounds, and I just gave it to them. I didn't even think to say there's a computer in there, and the backpack must have fallen, and it cracked the whole side of a brand new computer. And I filled out the forms, but never heard back from Southwest, so they never insured the computer, and then it started shutting down every time. It's like it must have broke the fan or something, because it seems like every time it gets warm, the whole computer shuts down. So I can use it, but I can't use it. I can use it for like 20 minutes at a time. And so hopefully I'll be able to use it long enough to get whatever's on there, especially related to Summer Wells, off for the documentary. I don't want to miss anything, but we do have, that would be the only thing. There might be some other things that I'm not thinking about, because, you know, the Dudley interview was so long ago. I think it was back in 2022. We're in 2024. So it's like, you know, I can't remember all the intricacies of that conversation. I'll have to go back and review it. I still think something happened at the swimming hole in that picture of her in the back. Yes, I do too. I think something happened. I just don't think she expired there. I think that she got back. I do think, because that's where and we talked about that when I went out there just this last time when I did a live from the water hole. It was awfully cold out there, I got to be honest with you. But the water was the clearest I've ever seen. It was crystal clear. Like, I have never seen that water. Like, you could see through that water. It looked beautiful. I have never in my life ever went out there and said those words. It really, I've never done that. But when we were out there, that's what I said, because that's where everything starts getting foggy. Like, everybody knows where they were in the morning. It's from that point forward. It's when everybody gets to the water hole, their stories start going wildly different. Candus's story, Hunter gets out of the car and goes directly into the woods. And hides in the woods. That's basically her story. Hunter's story, which is more believable, is that they were all hanging out by the car. I think the reason why Candus wanted to say he ran off into the woods is because she knew she had just got him the twisted tea in the vape. And so that was the way to explain that she didn't know what he was doing with the twisted tea and vape. And meanwhile, I truly believe that he was just hanging at the car, drinking his twisted tea in open public and smoking the vape in open public with Candus right there at the truck. That's why I think their stories are wildly different. Now, does that mean because I think it's true? No, it doesn't. We don't know what story's true. I definitely was not there. But it was wildly different. So Candus says that Hunter went off into the bushes, and her and Grandis, the one with the broke knee, well, it's not broke, but, you know, I'm going to say it's a broke knee because that's the best way to describe it. She's got a messed up knee. And how they slowly walk down. She has a rambunctious 5-year-old eager to get into the water, and they're slowly taking their time down this embankment so the grandma can go out there. Now, I don't believe that. I don't believe that Grandis would not walk there. She's a lazy woman. She had a hurt knee. She ain't trying to go nowhere. And she definitely ain't trying to go down to that water and have to climb back up out of that water. I don't believe it. It just does. To me, it doesn't. It wouldn't be normal behavior. I see Grandis sitting at the truck and not moving too much. She just got out of the hospital. That's what I see. That seems pretty standard and straight up. It seems normal behavior. She wouldn't be up, you know, ready to, you know, break it down and start busting a move, you know? She just got out of the hospital for a knee. Let's be honest. Hunter's story, when it comes to this, makes more sense. You know? So I don't know. Thank you. I got that. And yes, please do. I can't wait. It's going to be great. It'll be great. And Jen dropped another one. So if you received your Bullhorn Betty membership from Jen, please don't forget to say thank you. A great supporter of this channel. And she does it from the love and of her heart. So make sure that you guys always say thank you. And then we have Linda Lou. I see you. You remember Don saying when he got home, he didn't turn on Ben Hill Road, but drove past and went to the shed at the bottom of the property. The boys were there. Why did he go to the shed? That has been the $1 million question. Because I truly believe he was at the property and he needed to get out of Dodge. Just my personal opinion. And he had to get, I think he made it like Washington, just over the border into Washington County is literally like 20 minutes away. So it seems to me like he got 20 minutes away and then made the frantic call into the sheriff. So it triggered on the Washington thing, because that makes more sense with his timeline coming in versus him being all the way in Johnson City or Jonesboro or wherever he said he was and driving like a bat out of hell home and getting home in 20 minutes on a 45-minute drive through those mountains. There's no way. There's no way. The car itself physically could not take those turns. There's no way. I mean, the physics and play a part in this. There's no way. So if you look at the actual facts of him calling and it triggering to Washington, and you look at how far Washington's county line is, you realize it's 20 minutes away, which is the length that took him to get home. So it almost implies he just went over the county line and started making the call while he was coming home. And he would stop down there because he already knew the boys were looking, because he was already home. He was already home. I really believe he was there as well. The information I found, that's why it changed me from saying this was an accident at the water hole to, but it could be. It could be. It could still be that she something happened there. They thought she was okay and she took a turn for the worst. Brain damage is, especially lack of oxygen to the brain. Look at Allie. Allie's a prime example. Why is she not here? Because she stopped breathing and it cut off the oxygen to her brain and she ended up becoming brain dead. Maybe they didn't know what happened. I don't know. Maybe she was already gone and they knew it was from something they did earlier. Again, we also heard rumors that it was possible that Hunter hit her with a car. Like, we heard those rumors. So I don't know. We're just going through some of the content that we had. Let me move this one. I'm done with Benny. I can't stand his voice. After all this time, I still can't stand that voice. Who else do we have? Oh, here's this one says Don Wells. Let's see what this one has to say. It's going to download. I realize these things when they're coming off the thing. There it is. Oh, it's about a minute. I don't know. Let's see what it says. Let's see. It's only a minute.
Just bonked you in the head with the camera. Whenever everybody's recording. All right, so I've been communicating with Don Wells via text since we've been up here, asking him for help, saying, hey, come out and help us. Come out. We want your help to find Summer. He's been responding back and forth, says he couldn't meet us. I said to him, we want to put our personal differences aside with you and Candus and would like you both to come join us as we search for Summer together. Are you guys willing to do that? Still doesn't, say yes. He says, where are you going to search? Where almost 200 different police agencies haven't searched already. Need to think outside the box. Then he says, hey, didn't want me up on Grassy Creek Road for some reason. That's on top of Hayes Mountain. What does that mean? What is he trying to direct us up to Grassy Creek Road? I responded, hey, Don, please answer. Have something to tell you important. Okay. So we're trying to call Don. We're trying to meet him. We're trying to get him to come out with us to search for Summer Wells while we're in Tennessee, while we're the only group right now actively looking for Summer Wells.
That's pretty powerful. I mean, in reality, we were the only ones out there, and Don would not meet with us. He was sending us on wild goose chases. It was just bad. Oh, here's one from Warriors Path. I see warriors in here. Let's see what this one is. You guys are getting raw footage because I don't know what's on here. There might be some bloopers for all I know. Watch this one be the biggest blooper of them all. But this is our work. I mean, you know, and it's messy, and you make mistakes, and you got to clean them up, and you got to go out and look for them, you know? Let's see what this one is. I'll put it up, but until I see what it is, I'm not gonna. Hold on.
Hi guys.
There you go.
We're trying not to bust our ass. This stuff is slippery when wet.
Oh yeah. Inside.
Thank you.
This is Warrior's Path.
Getting you guys in the woods, you know? Okay then, here we fucking are.
Out here. That is the watering hole. This is the general area for summer. And then this is for any main articles of clothing. Where there's very
So this is the woods. This is, you know, basically, in my opinion, where Candus had indicated that Hunter most likely probably went to, I guess, is what they were basically alleging, maybe, that because she says that he got out of the car and went into the woods. So we went out there into the woods.
We're out here looking. We are out here looking. Summer Wells remains searching through the woods for Summer.
Oh.
Bullhorn Betty here. Searching. Is there like a trail up there?
It looks like it.
This is Warrior's Path.
This is why we need machetes. This crap right here. Whew. Yeah, there's a whole trail.
So you can see it there. We're just come up on the hill. Look for clothing or look for anything, you know, and
So there you have it. We're out there searching. Again, I'm going to go through. There was a lot of work that went in here. You know, it's not just, we went out and looked. We went out to all these areas and looked. This was, again, years ago. Okay. This is not anything recent. Why? Because honestly, the information hasn't changed. Everything that we found at this time, nothing's changed. Nothing. The only thing that's changed is more insignificant people have been cleared from the case, but not the parents. And there still hasn't been any indication that there was an abduction. Everything literally from June 18th, 2021, nothing has changed since the 3 days after her disappearance. I want that to be profound to people to understand that. Since the third day, since 72 hours after she disappeared, no information has changed. Not one tidbit of information has changed except on March 1st, 2022, was when we learned that Don and Candus lawyered up and stopped cooperating with law enforcement. That's the only change. Yeah, it's sad. I said from the start something happened, possible drowning. I do know she was. I can't pronounce that word in the back seat, But I'm sure, you know, with the purpling of the fingers and the color of her skin, I mean, she was pale as a ghost. She was out in the sun for I don't know how long that they said she was out there, but I know the people said that they came to that place twice, not once, but twice. So if they were there twice, you know, did they leave Summer in the water when they left the first? Yeah, like I guess got a host of questions that have never been answered, and I don't know if they ever will be answered. I think Hunter now knows more than he's saying nothing because they're threatening him. I think that she does still have some control over him. I also think that, you know, there is that manipulative aspect of it, you know, where she says, well, you can be charged too. You know, he's young. He believes. You don't know. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. All we know is that things got very slow when she went out to this water hole with Chris McDonough. Allie has professed over and over that Hunter has never been the same since this day, this particular day, not all the other times he's been around Candus, but this particular day. It does lead us and indicate in the fact that that Candus adamantly would not let her even see, touch, or hug Summer that day. It does seem like something did happen at the water hole. It just does. It just does. Anyone remember the little girl Don Wells said standing on the side of the road? He said he stopped to make sure she was all right. This was after, I don't know. I remember there was rumors that went around that Summer was the one standing on the side of the road and somebody had pulled up to her or something, or saw her or something. That was more information from that BS camp that BK was associated with saying and putting all this stuff out there. I don't know that. I never was able to corroborate that. Even the red truck, like it's been out there, but I've never heard, never seen. And this idea that there's no red truck in the area, there's red trucks all over that area. There's red trucks with full ladder truck beds or truck racks with buckets on it. I've seen several of them in the area. So this idea that one doesn't exist is untrue. There were several. I think Don Wells was going to abduct her, but Uncle granted whatever came to the door, and Don said he walked her to her house. I don't know. Well, you know what? One thing I did notice is this last time when I spoke to Don, he really tried to distance himself, which is another indicator, another a red flag for me that he was trying to distance himself, because for 2 years he was, you know, daddy's little girl, daddy's little girl, daddy's little girl. And I made the comment of daddy's little girl when I was there just a month or so ago. And he just like almost stopped dead in his tracks. And he's like, no, she was mommy's little girl. And it was like really weird and ominous how that all transpired for me. And I thought, wow, okay, here we are. Distancing. So these are behaviors. If you watch true crime, these are the things that you look for. And this is what I don't understand. Like even people that I watch, that I don't really watch, but I watch related to this because they think Don and Candus are somehow innocent in all of this. And I listen to other stuff that they say, and they talk about these very red flags that they are completely not even considering in Don Wells, in Candus Bly's case, in Summer Wells' case. They're just like, they've said it before, they know it, so I know they know it, but for whatever reason, when it comes to these two parents, they forget it. And it just pops out of their head like, oh, well, these parents have just been so unfairly treated. No, the only reason why you're saying they're so unfairly treated is because you need content on your screen, and they're willing to come up and talk to anybody that will pander to them and say what they want them to say. I'm not like that. I have integrity. Let's see what else we got here.
Yeah, this just takes us more up. So let's try we can either go down.
Let's cut through this way.
It's slippery when wet. So if you guys want to bust your butts, you guys go right ahead.
unless you guys want to go back.
This is not
around.
as bad as crossing a river in Teton.
I know.
Okay, you're right. You're right. Okay.
That was crazy. The Tetons. I gotta find that. That was insane. Where we could put bags and there that freezing cold water is going into our boots. It was crazy. Let's see what else we got here. I got a bunch of content. Let's just keep going. See what else we got. Oh, that's when we were shopping to drop off the stuff. What's this one? This looks like a short video.
Searching for Summer Wells.
Oh, that's a corrupted video. That's one of the trailer when we were going to the trailer to search for Summer. Let me see if this one comes in better. Some of these are corrupted files because they were on my Samsung.
This place is just like this. That we can find some good information and good.
All right, guys, I'm going to go through this, and there's a lot of good stuff in here. So I'm just going to go through it, and I'll put some stuff together. But again, just wanted you guys to see a little bit about what we're doing. I'll play that one video again as the outro. Actually, we'll go with the Don Wells call on the outro, and then let me pull the other one out too. Let me refresh this, and then we'll do like the documentary. It's like it's okay, but it's not what the actual one will be. So we'll go ahead and play it, but just forewarn you, it's not going to be what it is. So, anyways, you guys have a great day. God bless you. Happy Hump Day. And I'm leaving. I will be, I've got a political thing Saturday, and then I'm off. We're going to be, so then I'll be back here, and we've got a lot of stuff coming up for the rest of the month. So you guys are going to want to stay tuned. We're not going to be here at the office in Office 1 or Office 2. We got places to be and things to investigate. So I hope you guys are here for the journey. As we dive into some of these cases, we dive into some of these events happening around our country. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon. Don't forget, we're going to start incorporating our evening show back in. As you know, Bullhorn Betty is working. You are going to want to stay on the Bullhorn Betty True Crime or Crime Stories channel for all your latest and greatest, because we have authentic content. I'm sending that out to you guys throughout the day. If you want the best type of content, that would be here. And Chronicles of Olivia. If you haven't subbed up to Chronicles of Olivia, please do. God bless. Oh. Hooked on feelings. Da-na-na-na-na. Right? All right.
Summer come up missing.
Right.
It's this like pattern. Because I've had to spend the anger, the anger that y'all portray. And I've had some people call me, and they're freaking pissed. I'm like, okay, I get it. You don't think I don't feel that same anger? Like, I want to fucking kill some motherfucker, but I don't know who to kill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I knew who to kill, I would have them killed, but I don't know who to kill.
Well, I can tell you, I really don't believe Dudley Ajan had anything to do with it. I know you don't necessarily believe that, but I'm telling you, I interviewed him.
That could be. So that's what I want you all to do, was check him out. But I'm going to tell you right now, everything that he said, he's lied on me.
In a quarter mile, sharp right onto Ben Hill Road.
Okay. It should be like right here.
In a quarter mile, sharp right onto Ben Hill Road.
Our sign is down. Our Summer West sign is down. Can't even see her house now.
Sharp right onto Ben Hill Road. In 600 feet, you will arrive at your destination.
Look at this. It looks, I can't see nothing.
You have arrived.
Can't even see their house with all this greenery. Can you do me one favor, Miss Olivia? Can you go ribbit? Ribbit. 5-year-old child's missing and he likes to play games.
He had 7 alibis and she had none. She's going down. My thing is one person only needs one alibi, the truth. Him explaining himself like, I got 7 alibis. Who needs 7 alibis?
We're going to call Don Wells right now because he says that he can't join us in searching for Summers.
That shows right there that could possibly be deception. I think Candus has a hand in whatever happened in this home, and I think Don covered it up. If in fact he was at work at the time she disappeared.
Making excuses. We're in town. We are the only people that's actively searching for Summer. He does not want to meet us. He knows we're here. He's finding excuses not to meet us. So,
Don, it's Molly Golightly. I know that you guys know that we're in town, and we just want to find your daughter.
After the witness came forward about the violence that goes on in this home, it's just hard. It's hard to believe that she left this. I don't think anything happened to her at the water hole. I think she died right here on this mountain.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.